some interesting and tasteful, or maybe tasteless, facts for you about fast food. From McDonald's to Wendy's, from Kentucky Fried Chicken to Burger King, they're all in here. Fact number 1, as always, I cannot guarantee that any of these facts are actually true or accurate. Alright, bon appétit. Carmine is a common ingredient with an innocuous name found in fast food, milkshakes, and fruit juices that you may imagine is created in a lab, but the truth is much stranger. This red food coloring is derived from crushing up cochineal beetles. A truth the FDA has required manufacturers to disclose since 2011. As recently as 2012, Starbucks used carmine in their strawberries and cream frappuccino, but they have since moved on to tomato-based lycopene. Popular fast food chains have made strides in the past 15 years improving kids' menus with more healthful options such as fruit and non-fried vegetables. By 2015, 30% of restaurants were offering healthier options. Now, the trick is to get the kids to choose the apples and not the fries. You may assume McDonald's is the largest fast food chain in the world, but it's actually Subway. In 2017, there were 44,608 Subway stores worldwide. And as a comparison, McDonald's only had 36,899 stores. Cinnabon places ovens near the front of the store and sometimes heats sheets of brown sugar and cinnamon just to keep the aroma of cinnamon rolls filling the air to draw in customers. A chicken nugget resembling George Washington was once sold on eBay for $8,100. The seller, Rebecca Spate, used the money to fund local kids attending summer camp. That's nice. In 2014, for a limited time only, Burger King customers in Japan could enjoy the Kuro Black Burger, which included black cheese made from bamboo charcoal and a black squid ink sauce on a charred black bun. Doesn't sound too tasty to me, but who knows? McDonald's Chicken McNuggets are 100% chicken breast meat, but each nugget adds up only to about 45% chicken because it's given 2 coats of batter, seasoning, and oil. While the healthy appearance of fast food meat may leave us thinking it's safe to eat, it turns out one ingredient found in McDonald's bacon, which is sodium nitrate, keeps meat looking fresh, but is actually linked to pancreatic cancer. After perfecting his fried chicken recipe, Colonel Sanders saw KFC grow to be a billion-dollar company. KFC also changed their chicken and gravy recipes to something that didn't meet the Colonel's standards. since the founder hated the new food so much. He opened a new fried chicken restaurant to compete with the chain he started. It's very windy outside, as you can probably tell. Are you on the go with no time to stop for your burger and fries? You're in luck. A ski resort in Sweden, Lindvallen, has been home to a ski-through McDonald's since 1996. Who is the most famous McDonald's franchise owner? Well, it appears to be Queen Elizabeth. Let's see. The Crown Estate is home to the fast food chain of McDonald's, along with some castles and race courses. A recent study found that those who eat fast food 4 times a week or more are at an 80% higher risk of dying from heart disease. Arby's got its name from founders Leroy and Forrest Raffle. The Raffle brothers, or RBs for short, became Arby's. Dave Thomas went back to school to get his GED after meeting high school kids who questioned staying in school because they saw how successful he was without the degree. Okay, so now my question is, who is Dave Thomas and which fast food chain did he start? It doesn't actually say. Interesting. Let's see. Dunkin' Donuts coffee is freshly ground, freshly brewed, and freshly served. If not used within 18 minutes, Dunkin' Donuts coffee is discarded and freshly brewed again. You may have heard that the Big Mac from McDonald's can sit for as many as 12 years without any sign of decay, which many have pointed to as evidence of the fast food's unhealthy qualities. And while you can't argue that a Big Mac is good for you, Serious Eats found out that homemade burgers also don't rot given the right conditions. A Pennsylvania couple asked for a refund after being charged twice for the same meal at a Burger King. The refund failed to be processed, so naturally they sued, being Americans, and they won. They won the $17.35 they were owed. Nice. In 2011, a law firm in Alabama sued Taco Bell, again with the suing, saying the chain's taco filling couldn't be called beef, since it contained more oats, seasoning, and fillers than actual meat. A fair point. Taco Bell fought back against the charges, along with slightly changing the wording of their advertising, and the case was dropped. According to Fast Food Nation, 96% of children worldwide recognize Ronald McDonald, making him the most recognizable fictional character in the world, followed by Santa Claus. The fact that this was researched by Fast Food Nation makes me think that there might be some bias there, but oh well. McDonald's sells its iconic menu, the Happy Meal, in more than 119 markets worldwide, with more than 39,000 locations. It's followed by Starbucks, which has a brand value of almost $50 billion. Compared to McDonald's chains almost $130 billion. For Halloween in 2016, McDonald's released an odd and delicious looking dish: French fries covered in chocolate and pumpkin flavoring. Sadly, it was only available to customers in Japan. Lawsuits over the labeling of meat are not the only time Taco Bell has had to show up in court. This refers back to the earlier fact. In 2000, they had to recall their corn shells because they contained non-approved GMO corn. McDonald's sells about 75 hamburgers every second. If you are anywhere in the continental United States, did you know you are never more than 15 miles away from a McDonald's? The only place that is more than 100 miles away is an empty plain in South Dakota. White Castle is the first fast food chain in the United States, opening in 1921 in Wichita, Kansas. Having a fast food restaurant within 0.10 miles of a school increases the probability of obesity among students by 5.2%, according to a joint study conducted by Columbia University and the University of California, Berkeley. In 2015, McDonald's made a pledge to stop serving chicken raised on human antibiotics by 2017. The FDA has been cracking down on farmers and ranchers to reduce the use of antibiotics when raising livestock. Though this is a huge step for McDonald's, they're still behind the times as Panera and Chipotle began shifting away from antibiotics over a decade ago. Fast food restaurants in the US earned $278.6 billion in revenue in 2021, led by market heavy hitters such as, here they are again, McDonald's, Starbucks, Taco Bell, and Chick-fil-A. The industry has adapted to the changing times and continued to attract customers despite the pandemic. In 1993, 4 children died due to an E. coli outbreak at the burger chain Jack in the Box. The restaurant was sued for $15.6 million in the resulting lawsuit. Have you ever wondered what the Guinness World Record was for the most people making sandwiches simultaneously? Well, no, but now that you mention it, please tell me. It was held by Subway for 2 years, when 1,481 people synced up their sandwich making at their annual convention. But it was recently broken by Tango Tab and Friends with 2,586 sandwiches in 2018. We often associate fast food with being the most affordable option available, but this unhealthy option weighs on our wallets over time too. The average American spends $1,200 on fast food every year. McDonald's once created bubblegum flavored broccoli in an effort to convince kids to be healthier. But surprise, surprise, the idea quickly failed. IHOP adds small amounts of pancake batter to its eggs when making an omelet. In 1988, McDonald's gave customers a chance to win $1 million. $1 million by finding a vinyl record attached to a coupon where singers sang an original song about McDonald's food all the way through without making a mistake. Many copies of the record were made, but the chorus intentionally failed to make it through the entire song without messing up. Except for one record, which, the fact says, would have been the winner. So I guess no one won. The Voice of McDonald's singing competition gives their more than 1 million workers a chance to compete, American Idol style. The winning singers have received $25,000 and other prizes in the past. The Voice of McDonald's, interesting, never heard of it. Would you eat at a Subway hanging in mid-air? Construction workers at the World Trade Center building did just that in 2010 when a pulley system was constructed to pull the mobile subway shop between floors, helping workers keep to schedule with quick lunch breaks. That's fast food for you. There's one McDonald's that has a turquoise arch instead of the traditional yellow, and it's in Sedona, Arizona, because city officials thought the classic gold would clash with the surrounding desert's natural red rocks. During the 1968 Olympics, American athletes in France were feeling homesick, and they had one request to cure their blues: hamburgers from McDonald's, which the fast food chain happily provided, of course. Burger King Russia filed a lawsuit against the movie It in 2017, saying the scary clown Pennywise violates advertising laws because he is an exact copy of Ronald McDonald. Burger King's rival mascot. Sounds quite far-fetched. I don't think they won, but the fact doesn't say. A case against Starbucks for ripping off their customers by not filling their iced coffees all the way to leave room for ice was dismissed by a U.S. district judge who wrote that, quote, "If children have figured out that including ice in a cold beverage decreases the amount of liquid they will receive," unquote, customers should be able to do the same. According to data from the Centers for Disease Control, about a third of American adults eat fast food, and of course, fast food on any given day. That's over 84 million people who reported that they had eaten fast food in the past 24 hours. Wow. Domino's 30-minute or less guarantee remains alive and well in pop culture lore, but the potential promise of free pizza ended as a company policy 25 years ago after a lawsuit was brought against the fast food chain when one woman was severely injured by a speeding delivery driver trying to keep the Domino's guarantee. Jason Mraz has an avocado farm and is a supplier for Chipotle. Now, that is a random fact. Wafting through many malls is the familiar smell of Cinnabon's buns. Ah, the That's the same fact, just worded differently. They keep the seductive scent coming by baking empty cookie trays. Yeah. Smart. In 2012, Pizza Hut Middle East invented a pizza most of us would have a hard time dreaming up. The crown crust pizza came with mini cheeseburgers in the crust. This specialty item was part of a bigger effort to produce the most royal pizza ever. Chipotle's secret menu item, the quesarito, a burrito wrapped in a quesadilla, isn't a secret at all, but the invention of one creative customer who saw both items on the menu and decided to request this combo. Taco Bell had a seafood salad back in 1986, and it contained shrimp, crab, and whitefish in a tortilla bowl. According to the FDA website, it is admissible for tomato sauces to contain 30 or more fly eggs per 100 grams, and 1 or more maggots per 100 grams. People all over the world eat insects on a daily basis, and they likely won't harm you. But it's good to know you're getting that extra protein when eating a slice of Papa John's or Domino's. Fly eggs and maggots. Tasty. While they may be one of the most popular fast food chains in the country of the US, the Chick-fil-A official statement of corporate purpose doesn't make mention of food at all. It reads, "To glorify God by being a faithful steward of all that is entrusted to us, to have a positive influence on all who come in contact with Chick-fil-A. Their faith-based leadership is the reason every Chick-fil-A is closed on Sunday, even the one located in a football stadium." Interesting. Studies have found that those living less than 2 miles from a fast food restaurant are more likely to have a high BMI. The secret menu option at Burger King is potentially just as dangerous as it sounds. The suicide burger includes 4 burger patties, 4 slices of cheese, bacon, and special sauce, coming to a whopping 800 calories. In 2005, Arby's customer David Scheiding was eating a chicken sandwich when he found a piece of human flesh. It turned out a manager cut his thumb and hadn't thrown away the bin that contained lettuce and part of him. Scheiding sued Arby's for more than $50,000. KFC ads are not exaggerating when claiming the 11 herbs and spices used to season their chicken are a secret. There are 2 separate blends that create half of the mixture, and then a computer does the mixing, ensuring that no single location has the full recipe. Wow, thorough. Costco's food court sells so much pizza that they're technically one of the largest pizza chains in America. Shake Shack got its name from an amusement park attraction spotted in Greece's "You're the One and I Want" dance scene. Before kale became the hottest shopping list item in 2013, its biggest purchaser was actually Pizza Hut, not for the pizzas, but just to decorate its salad bars. Have you noticed that a lot of fast food chains use the same colors on their logos and inside their restaurants? Pizza Hut, In-N-Out Burger, Wendy's, McDonald's, and Burger King, just to name a few, all use yellow and red in their logos. These hues have been proven to grab consumers' attention, stimulate appetite, increase the speed in which we eat, and make us crave all things convenience. Ah, now there's rain. Sounds kind of cozy. Should McDonald's ever decide to become a sovereign nation, they would probably have the money to do it. With $8.7 billion in revenue from franchise stores alone, the fast food king has more money than the entire country of Mongolia. Have you ever found yourself hungry on the way to church with no time to eat? Head to Reverend Darius Bridgen's True Bethel Baptist Church in Buffalo, New York, which is also a Subway franchise intended to provide jobs and feed those in need. Interesting combination. Food marketers design the menu with descriptive terms like hot and juicy to get you to crave those for addictive menu items, and it works. Customers are 27% more likely to order an item if it's described with yummy sounding adjectives, say Cornell University researchers. The Guinness World Record held for most Big Macs eaten belongs to American Donald Gorski, who has eaten one of the burgers at least once a day since May 17th, 1972. As of 2016, he's eaten 28,788 Big Macs over the course of his life, and he has had one in every U.S. state. Contrary to the rumors you might have heard, the famous McMuffin uses real eggs that are freshly cracked and cooked in restaurants. Have you ever wanted to smell like a mouth-watering burger, carrying the scent of seduction with a hint of flame-broiled meat? Back in 2015, you could purchase the limited edition cologne for $55 in Japan. Until the early 1920s, burgers were typically thought of as fare reserved for fairs, circuses, and lunch carts, a low-quality meal made from slaughterhouse scraps and nearly spoiled meat. But Walter Anderson and Billy Ingram, the creators of White Castle, set out to change the public's perception when they opened their first location. They set up the restaurant so that customers could see the food being prepared and painted the building white to evoke the perception of cleanliness. In 2007, the Center for Science in the Public Interest sued Burger King as a tactic for ending their use of trans fat. The burger chain eventually phased out trans fat by 2008. More restaurants are starting to accommodate vegan fast food options. In the US, retail sales of plant-based foods increased 11% from 2018 to 2019. A 2010 study found that 48% of soda fountains at fast food restaurants contain coliform bacteria, commonly found in feces. Microbiologists from Hollins University didn't know how it got there, but suspected it may come from dirty cleaning rags or unwashed customer hands. Have you ever spotted customers camping out in front of a store, not for iPhones or Black Friday deals, but for a chicken sandwich? It's a regular all-night party when a new Chick-fil-A is opened, with the first 100 customers winning a meal once a week for a whole year. White Castle's hamburger patties are square-shaped, a design choice made to cook faster since the holes allow heat to be distributed more evenly. Did you know that Subway doesn't only make sandwiches, but also designer clothing? The sandwich giant entered the fashion industry in 2013 with Project Subway, a competition for designers to create clothing inspired by the Subway brand. KFC may not be what you think of when asked to name traditional Christmas fare, unless you are in Japan. Since 1975, KFC in Japan has offered a Christmas meal, and its $40 Christmas barrel has become so popular that they often sell out before the holiday arrives. A 2012 study in the Journal of Public Health and Nutrition found a link between the consumption of fast food and high rates of depression. It turns out that happy meals might not leave you so happy after all. Always open 24/7 Denny's stores never closed until 1988, when the fast food chain decided to give employees off. The only complication that arose was how to make sure the place was locked up while empty, because many stores had never closed in the company's 35-year history. They had to hire locksmiths to install new locks or replace very old ones. In 2016, Popeyes was sued by a man who said he choked on his chicken because he hadn't been provided a fork and knife, but only a spork. And that's all for today. Let me know in the comments if you know for a fact something I said isn't right. Also, what topic would you like to hear more about? Let me know, and we'll face the facts together. Enjoy the rain.